backup. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up, 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter, when they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up, I had to get back up. I can't take no off, you better call back up. I'm running it down to finish, I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big, better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again, I'm ready and 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it, I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it, know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop, wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel, I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 29-yard line.
Down, 30 base. Hard, hard.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, he'll have a first down past the 40. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
15. And the Vikings first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Be careful.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
On the ready.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Hey, watch it, watch it.
On second down now. McFarland finding some room at midfield. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, but it's going to be second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They have 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Swift had a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. From the 5-yard line, with this opening drive yield 6. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards, and the Giants have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Back to throw. Herbert, he's going to fire one. Deep left. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Giants' 7-yard line.
95, Mike. Watch 95.
On 2nd down now. Swift and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Exit, exit.
Now Thompson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. To throw again, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone, Thompson got a man, Slayton. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw on second down, Thompson throwing right, and that's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place. And
usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Thompson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Tack McKinley. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Here's Thompson operating from the gun. He is going to find Hill here. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got it with the 15. Now, loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Looking to throw. Thompson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw. Thompson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
That grounding call could very well doom this drive. We'll see. They'll try again here, 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Thompson. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. This one from 46 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, McFarland. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Roll out.
Watch the twist.
Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Let's get it.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock, they got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A give to Barkley out of the gun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Thompson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrick Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Thompson operating from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for the Giants. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, and he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
We own it.
Who draw Corker?
Off play action. Herbert. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Looking to throw. Herbert going deep. This is caught at the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. John Ross, 57 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Thompson. His throw incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch Mike. You go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Thompson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And now a whistle and a time. Timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Vikings take over first and
We play
10
to win.
at their
Let's
own
go.
20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert finds an opening past the 40. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Let's go. 60 or.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Alert 3.
Topper.
Throwing again. Herbert. Open man is Ross, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 43.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Herbert. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
Set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2nd and 1. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw. Thompson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 35-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Thompson from the gun. He'll throw. He's going to let this go for the... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down, Minnesota.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They get 14 there, first down Vikings. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
17 yards, first down Vikings. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt.
Now Barkley stripped of the football. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Target. New Mike 52, Mike 52.
To throw is Thompson, operating from the gun. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for New York. And he's able to get it out of there. .21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion.
Hey, Echo.
On first down, Herbert. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now.
132 fighter.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. 2nd and 5. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, Herbert. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 43-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Come on, QB, come on.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. This is Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they shouldn't.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go. You don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab raw man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money. I'm like 10-fold. Over and out. That's gonna make you fuck like a limbo. She said she not a, she ain't. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the fans. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. Yeah, they can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly, what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Never see me emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take